Kedre, when you committed to come here and you were kind of envisioning, it wasn't Arizona State, you were making a new move. What did you envision your 4 years, and how has this aligned itself with that vision?
I envision just having fun and playing the sport that I have always loved. And that's really been able to happen for me this year especially. But, I mean, throughout all 4 years, I've learned, I've grown, I've gotten stronger mentally, physically. I've grown as a person a lot throughout my 4 years here.
When you committed here back in 2016, correctly? For 2016?
I don't know.
That's pretty early. It was pretty early, but initially when you committed, it was with a completely different group, a completely different head coach. And when Melissa took over the program, I'm just wondering, what were your interactions with her before you initially come here, and what did she initially, kind of sell you on that made you believe that this was still the right spot, even with, a change within the organization several years ago?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can look at the Jane, and I'm pretty sure everybody would want to be a part of this, but just the coaches, they just made it feel like I was going to be safe here and taken care of. And that's exactly what they did. They totally take care of everyone on this team and make everybody feel supported and loved. And that's just sold me right there. I felt like I was home when I was here.
But this year, what do you think the biggest reasons are for the jump in your production last year, this year?
I think just my discipline, and just what I was willing to do when I was at home and when I wasn't forced to be at practice, just the things that I did kind of on my own, really.
What were old habits that you maybe broke, and what were new habits that you got into?
Recovery, sleep, eating, nutrition. I cook pretty much all of my meals now, and I know exactly what's in them. I know exactly how they're going to make me feel. And then just working out a lot, getting stronger, and those are all things that I really took upon myself to do on my own time as well.
Did you cook at all before? Can you lean into that a little bit more? How did you pick up cooking?
I actually would not touch beef, chicken with my bare hands until probably summer after my sophomore year. I refused to cook meat. I don't know why. I loved it. I love meat. I'll eat it. But I was like, I am not touching it when it's raw. I'm not cooking it. But yeah, just learning to do that and give my body the nutrition that I need helped a lot. I just feel better every day. I'm not as tired. I'm just ready to go.
So when Kai and you are in the same building, so she's baking all the sweet goods,
yep.
And you're the chef behind the kitchen and the stove?
Exactly, yep. She kind of is a little slacker, though. She hasn't made any sourdough bread recently, which is a good part of every meal. But, yeah, she does all the sweet stuff.
Are you self-taught as a cook here, and how'd you get over the meat issue?
I don't know. I don't know, but my mom's always cooked. I cook similar to how my mom does, which is just a protein, a vegetable, and then a carb. We do a lot of garlic bread with sourdough, and then since Kai makes her sourdough, it's even better and fresher. But yeah, kind of just realizing that I kind of need to do things for myself when I don't have my mom. But
did she hands-on help teach you at some point?
No, I kind of just had to do it. I just had to. Yeah.
And what was the impetus for that? I mean, was there a conversation with somebody hey, if you want to take the next step, you got to fuel yourself properly?
No, I kind of think I just wanted to do that for myself and just feel better.
Your process of working out on your own, but listening to your body and recognizing what its needs are. You were talking about nutrition, but rest, recovery, the importance of that. But can you just talk about the evolution of that? That overall process and how it's helped you culminate this year?
Yeah, I think just recovery is huge. We just talked about that this morning with Coach Rowe. And everybody knows what they need for their bodies. Everybody knows what's hurting the most on them. And if you're doing what you should be doing to recover, and if you're not, and just making it a priority. Because all of that is going to translate to on the field. Everything you do outside of softball is going to be what shows up on the field.
You mentioned being physically stronger, and your slugging percentage shows that you're benefiting from that. Just how much do you think just fueling properly helped you get to the strength levels that you're taking advantage of this year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the change of food that I ate, like it just gave me more energy to lift longer, heavier, and then just get stronger, and just played a really big role of my strength for sure.
Did you have a moment maybe when you came back, whether it was 2 years ago or this year, and started making contact with balls and they were just flying a little farther, coming off the bat a little hotter, anything like that?
I think my junior year, yeah, I just kind of felt stronger hitting wise, and even my arm throwing.
Was it was your sophomore, the end of your sophomore year going to your junior year that you really hit the weights, or was it freshman?
Yeah. After my sophomore year was when I kind of made the most changes.
I remember you even kind of got upset. You had a vacation. You were like, I've got to work out. I don't want to focus on vacation.
No, we made it work.
But is that when you really decided that focusing on working out, getting stronger, you made a concerted effort, or were you always kind of working out before that and just didn't see the gains? Or
Yeah, I mean, food is definitely
20 pounds, right?
ish. Yeah. I think food was the main thing for me. Like, I've always worked out in high school and stuff. I've always liked it, but once I started taking what I'm eating seriously and just getting enough and not eating all the junk food, all the added sugars, processed foods, then my body, that's what your body needs. So that's what helped me a lot.
What was the hardest thing you've had to cut out?
I've never been like a really chocolate lover. I don't know. I used to love Dutch Bros in high school, but I haven't been there in years.
Don't mean to switch the topic off food, but just, this group of girls that you've been able to play with this season, you guys are obviously doing something really special this season. When did you realize how kind of special this group was as a whole, and again, just what you guys have been able to achieve so far this season?
Yeah, I think of Mary Nutter, honestly. Just our level of play, I guess, in that sense. At Mary Nutter, after that, I was like, oh yeah, we can beat anybody. We just kind of had to show ourselves that we could. We all knew we were good. We all knew we clicked and that we really liked being with each other, but that was really just a telltale, yeah, we can go really far.
And now it's resulted to where you guys are at the end of the regular season coming up this weekend against Michigan State. Has it just started to hit you yet that, things are coming to a close for you? And just, I guess, how much are you looking forward to this weekend, this moment to celebrate with your teammates and, of course, your sister, your family, and to have it all happen right here where you started your collegiate journey?
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's hit me quite yet, but here and there I'll be thinking about it and I'm like, oh, darn, it's actually here. But I think just really cherishing each moment this weekend with my sister, my family, my mom and dad, and just them getting to pitch out our first pitches and just watch our little videos and just be with each other and just be super present. And I think as long as we're playing free and having fun, we're all going to have some good memories to end with.
If it was between sophomore and junior year that you made these big changes, was there any frustration your junior year to not see it kind of provide immediate dividends the way it obviously has this year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's easier to be upset when you put the work in. I feel like if I went and said, oh, I should have been starting and playing my freshman year, I'd be lying to whoever I'm saying that to and myself because I didn't put in that work. But it was also just a learning journey. Had never been in college before I got here, so I just didn't understand it, and I needed to grow and mature. And so, yeah, definitely. When you know the work that you're putting in, it's easy to get frustrated because you're working for it. But I think just knowing that everybody has their own journey and everybody's time is going to come in different ways, I think that's really important, and just trusting what's meant for you.
When you and your sister were talking to the coaching staff in the off season, kind of looking at what the future is going to be this season, did you guys have in your minds a vision? I mean, did you have an expectation that this is kind of what you were going to get to if things kind of worked out the way you were expecting them?
Yeah, for sure. We both knew what we wanted. And I think that was the biggest part, is just over the last summer, we just had so many conversations like, this is what we want for our last year and the other seniors last year. It's like, this is how we want it. And we're just able to create that pathway for ourselves, and just this whole team is able to do that for each other.
And when you're growing up, this is a program that's used to contending for conference championships and hosting postseason, things like that. How hard has it been to try to play a role in getting this program back there? And then how satisfying is it to know that this year you guys have got yourselves back into position to potentially do those things?
Yeah, I think just all of the upperclassmen have really just worked hard to create a good culture. Like I think of Kai and Paige, and they just lead in the best way possible. Like they're very calm and collected, and they just want what's best for people instead of degrading people. Like they are just always uplifting everybody, and I feel like that's just the best way to go. Like when you feel loved, when you're a younger one and you feel loved, I feel like there's nothing that can stop you, really. What's
it like playing defense, I'll say specifically? I mean, your entire offense is, 1 through 9, almost all above 300. Defensive too. You've got Gold Glove, you've got Kuip. I mean, you guys are making plays that are so extraordinary, but because you guys do it so routinely, it's almost expected that you're going to make the impossible possible. I mean, being on SportsCenter top 10 plays, is kind of an expectation now. You're diving plays and running for balls. What's it like playing with a group that's collectively kind of all like that? Yeah, it's awesome. We just talked today too about just like pitchers, you could throw it right down the middle and anybody on defense is going to have your back. I mean, like Paige she'd made some amazing plays over the weekend, and like Kai's diving plays too. She's always working at practice saying like, okay, I need to work on this and this, and then she does it at practice so that it just shows up in the game. And same with everybody out there. We all just take practice like game-like.
What is it like to go into this weekend knowing that, you guys can win a regular season conference championship at some point this weekend? Just what is it like when that's a reality, that's here? It's not something you're talking about a month out or 2 months out, or a goal for the season, that you could be here in the next 2-3 games. Yeah, very cool feeling. I feel like we're all we've just put in so much hard work that we don't expect anything less. And just a very surreal feeling for all of us and like the seniors too.